Muletrain!
It is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Wednesday, September the 28th, 2016. Brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Funeral mass for Tony Jaramillo, 62 of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, will be held Wednesday afternoon at 2 in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe with his brother-in-law, Father Sergio Leal of St. Clement Anglican Church of Muleshoe officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe, and then the family will return to the Methodist Church Fellowship Hall for their luncheon. Please remember all of the family of Tony Jaramillo in your prayers. He died suddenly on Friday morning shortly before 10 o'clock at his home in Lubbock. He was in his car getting ready to go after an employee of Leal's tamale factory when apparently he had an aneurysm. Tony Jaramillo had been in declining health since 2005. Tony attended St. Clement Anglican Church here in Muleshoe. He was a devoted husband of 41 years, a loving father and grandfather, and a gracious brother and uncle, and a best friend to many people. He was a loving servant to the Lord and to many of his earthly brethren, and would drop anything at a moment's notice to help someone else. Tony was the fatherly example of devotion, love, fortitude, discipline, and integrity. Furthermore, his generosity and compassion were second to none. He possessed a tremendous amount of intellectual curiosity and loved aviation, astronomy, coin collecting, classic cars, to name only a few. He also enjoyed music, movies, firearms, travel, fitness, and history. Tony Jaramillo loved life and all the amazing experiences it offered. He was preceded in death by his father, Alfonso, and his sister, Maxine Scarborough. He was born on December the 17th, 1953, in La Junta, Colorado, to Alfonso and Lucy Ruiz Jaramillo, and he was one of their 14 children. When Tony was just a little boy, about 4 or 3 years of age, he moved to Muleshoe with his family. He always went to school here in Muleshoe, but during his senior year at Muleshoe High School, he joined the Marines and was sent to Vietnam. He served from 1970 to 74 our country. While in the Marines, he finished high school but wanted to get his diploma from MHS, so he returned to school after being discharged from the Marines to get a diploma from Muleshoe High. Tony married Alma Leal in Muleshoe on September the 1st, 1975. He was a mail carrier out of the Muleshoe Post Office and also worked for his mother and father-in-law, Jesse and Irma Leal, at Leal's Mexican Restaurant here in Muleshoe. In 1982, Tony and Alma moved to Hobbs and opened Leal's Mexican Restaurant there. Later, they had the Rio Grande Restaurant on Slide Road in Lubbock. They also moved back to Muleshoe for a while and lived in Childress, Vernon, and Wichita Falls, and while in Wichita Falls, operated Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Henrietta. In 2014, they moved to Lubbock, and in March of 2015, opened Leal's Tamale Factory Incorporated at 05 19th Street in Lubbock, which they were operating at the time of Tony's death. He is survived by his wife, Alma, of the home in Lubbock. Also, 4 sons, Reggie and his wife, Amy, of Denton, Matt and his fiancée, Mandy, and Victor, both of Lubbock. Nicholas, a student at Midwestern University in Wichita Falls, and a nephew who they reared, Tony Jaramillo of Burke Burnett. There are also 10 grandchildren surviving, and his mother, Lucy Martinez of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe. His 3 sisters are Esther Garcia of Littlefield, Patsy Salas of Casa Grande, Arizona, Conchita Chubby Davis of Lubbock. His 9 brothers are Jimmy of Muleshoe, Alfonso of Clovis, Lawrence of Snyder, Reuben, who lives in Brownfield, Raymond of Littlefield, Randy of Lubbock, David of Levelland, Freddie of Hobbs, and Alex of Littlefield. There are also his grandchildren, Aiden, Tristan, Audrey, Elijah, Micah, Sienna, Gabriella, Natalie, and Anthony. Please remember this family in your prayers. You can go online to www.ellisfuneralhomes.com and send your sympathy messages to the family of Tony Jaramillo. Of course, here in Muleshoe, his mother-in-law is Irma Leal, and his brothers-in-law are Hector and Sergio Leal, both of Muleshoe, Victor of Amarillo, and Abel of the Metroplex. His sister-in-law is Laura Leal and Clovis, formerly of Muleshoe. Tony Jaramillo was a man of few words, but when he spoke, it was always powerful. He was a man who was gentle and of character. He chose to do the right things and was a giving individual, always helping others. Repeating, Tony Jaramillo, 62, of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, died on Friday morning in Lubbock. And the funeral mass will be held at 2 Wednesday afternoon in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe, with burial in Muleshoe Memorial Park. The family is at Irma Leal's home here in Muleshoe.
Funeral mass for Amelia Davila Nani of Sudan is scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning, Wednesday, September the 28th, at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe, with Father Rene Perez of Muleshoe officiating. Burial will be in the Sudan Cemetery. Amelia died Sunday at her home in Sudan. She was born April the 5th, 1926 in Carrizo Springs, Texas, to Antonio and Enriqueta Briones Gonzalez. She married Alonzo M. Davila in Sudan in 1948. Amelia was a homemaker, a member of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Muleshoe. She is preceded in death by her husband, Alfonso, 2 sons, Faustino and Armando, a daughter, San Juana, and her parents, 3 brothers, 1 granddaughter, and 1 great-granddaughter. Amelia is survived by 3 sons, San Amado of Littlefield, Alfonso Davila Jr. of Sudan, Daniel Davila, also of Sudan. 5 daughters, Torivia Davila of Littlefield, Maria Martinez of Sudan, Minnie Davila of Sudan, and Mary Lou Wood of Littlefield, and Yolanda Rodriguez of Sudan. She is also survived by 28 grandchildren and 52 great-grandchildren, along with 5 great-great-grandchildren. After the death of her daughter, San Juana, Amelia took over the care of her grandchildren, Jose Gonzalez, Barbara Rodriguez, Sandra Lee Juarez, and Manuel Davila. Please keep the Davila family in your prayer list today. A repeating funeral mass for Amelia Davila, 90 of Sudan, is scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning, Wednesday, September the 28th, at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe, with Father Rene Perez of Muleshoe officiating. Burial will be in the Sudan Cemetery.
Mike Friend of Euless, in his early 40s, formerly of Muleshoe, died of cancer on Monday. He was a 1992 Muleshoe High School graduate. He is survived by his wife, Selena, his children, his mother, Glenda Kinney, and his aunt here in Muleshoe is Greta Donaldson. He worked for Frito-Lay. Please remember all of the family of Mike Friend in your prayers. Repeating, Mike Friend, a 1992 Muleshoe High School graduate, now living in Euless, in his early 40s, died of cancer on Monday. Please remember his family in your prayers. Also, we need to remember in our prayers the family of Roy Shoemaker. He was the father of Dolores Harvey of Muleshoe. Roy Alton Shoemaker, 96, of Rawls, died last Thursday in Crosbyton. He was born on March the 1st, 1920, in Dunn, Texas, to Jim and Mary Alice Griffin Shoemaker. He had been a farmer for many years, but also in his life he was employed as a journeyman electrician. He worked at Los Alamos when it was a closed city, and was fortunate to have the opportunity to work on the projects of first atomic submarine, the Atlas Missile Project, and the Nome Missile Project in Carlsbad. He was a member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 602, and was a master mason for over 65 years. He was preceded in death by his parents, 5 sisters, 3 brothers, a grandson, and also a great-grandson, Corey Kelton. Those left to cherish his memory are his 2 daughters, Dolores Harvey of Muleshoe, Aloma Crow, and her husband Tom of Carlsbad, his sister B. Wilson of Escondido, California, a brother-in-law, Bill Crane of Wiley, and 4 grandchildren, 6 great-grandchildren, and 9 great-great-grandchildren. He was 96 years of age. The memorial service was held on Monday afternoon at the Rawls Cemetery Chapel under the direction of Adams Funeral Home of Rawls. You can go online to www.adamsfuneralhome.com to send a sympathy message to Dolores Harvey of Muleshoe and the family of Roy Shoemaker, formerly of Muleshoe. Charles Merritt, 73 years of age, of Denver, Colorado, died of cancer on September the 18th. He was a member of the Muleshoe High School class of 1961. He attended Muleshoe High School when his father, the Reverend Cone Merritt, was pastor of the Progress Baptist Church. He moved after his junior year back to Snyder and graduated from Snyder High School. Charles Merritt was a real gentleman. Please remember all of his family. He has 2 sons and many grandchildren who survive him. Charles Merritt was 73 years of age when he died of cancer after a lengthy battle. Tuesday's high was 78 degrees and the low was 42 degrees. On Wednesday morning, it was 42 degrees here in Muleshoe at 7 o'clock. And now, 5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications brings you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, looking at the weather forecast for the Muleshoe area, sunny with a high near 83 degrees today on Wednesday. Northwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming east-northeast this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 45. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then mostly sunny on Thursday, high only around 77 degrees. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low around 48 degrees. Southeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly sunny on Friday, high around 78 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear Friday night, low around 52. South winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly sunny over the weekend on Saturday, high near 80 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 52. Sunny on Sunday, high around 84 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 53. And repeating our forecast for today on Wednesday, sunny, high near 83 degrees. Northwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear. Wednesday night, low around 45. Mostly sunny on Thursday, high near 77 degrees. Partly cloudy Thursday night, low around 48. 5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Curtis and Cassandra Hensley were married on Monday afternoon at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. Cassandra is the daughter of Raul and Tracy Torres of Muleshoe and the granddaughter of Linda Stovall, also of Muleshoe. Also in attendance at the wedding was the bridegroom's mother and stepfather from Anchorage, Alaska. We want to say congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Curtis Hensley. He is stationed with our United States Air Force at Cannon Air Force Base. What a lovely place to have a wedding, the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. K&K Pharmacy now giving flu shots, and no appointment is needed. Just drop by 1411 West American Boulevard here in Muleshoe, K&K Pharmacy, and it only takes just a few minutes. And we understand from Kay that, yes, there is flu already in Muleshoe. So K&K Pharmacy flu shots are now available. On this coming Sunday, October the 2nd, the Calvary Baptist Church will celebrate its 70th anniversary beginning at 9:45 this Sunday morning. Former pastors, Brother James Williams and Brother Darrell Martin, will be there and will bring the messages. Brother Jeff Kaufman and all the members of the Calvary Baptist Church of Muleshoe invite you to their special 70th anniversary celebration this Sunday morning starting at 9:45. We'll be back with more Muletrain in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Yum chips. I like the Leal chips. Foxy likes them too. Right, Foxy? The Leal's chips are the best. I like the seasoning, salt, and the salsa on my chips.
And that's at Leal's, the original Leal's in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard. Right, Isla?
Yes.
This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where First Bank is proud to announce First Bank Online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. Transfer funds between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with Bill Pay Banking anytime with 24/7 access. Call or come by today for more information about First Bank Online, 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. Again, it's located their website at www.fbmuleshoe.com. The First Bank is member FDIC.
Beto Diaz received the Built for Tough Player of the Week on Tuesday at Muleshoe High School, and that was for his performance in the Snyder game. Now, you can go to our website, MuleshoeTV.com, our Twitter, and also our Facebook page, Gil Lamb, to see the video made at that presentation. And also, of course, here on Channel 6 on the cable in Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, and Earth. Now, the Muleshoe Athletic Booster Club players of the game for the Idalou game last Friday night were offensively Javi Perez, defensively Donovan Gutierrez, most valuable player Dagan Dunham, lineman Carlos Mesa, special teams Isaac Mendoza, and the Slobberknocker Award goes to Dagan Dunham. Now, this Friday night is an open date for the Muleshoe Mules, so we will not be doing a Muletrain on this Friday, but we will be showing all of the 5 football games of the Muleshoe Mules that have been played so far this fall. Now, the next game for the Mules will be homecoming against Slayton, and the homecoming poster parade will have the theme, "There is no place like homecoming." So you can be sure and enter your Muleshoe High School student organization in the poster contest through the counselor at MHS, Suzanne King. The homecoming pep rally will be at 2:30 on Friday. That is October the 7th, homecoming day at MHS. The candidates that are for the Muleshoe High School Homecoming Queen for 2016 are Emily Precure, Gabby Gonzalez, Marilyn Melendez, Reagan Reynolds, and Brittany Mendoza. They were selected by the Muleshoe High School Mules football team, and then the student body at MHS will then elect by secret ballot the queen, and she will be then crowned at homecoming football game between the Muleshoe Mules and the Slayton Tigers on October the 7th. There's a lot of activities for that week and for also that day. And there will be a lot of homecoming activities for the X's of MHS as well. We'll tell you about those later. On Friday morning from 7 to 8 at the Muleshoe High School conference room, they will give flu shots, and they're also having this week 6 weeks tests at MHS. Saturday, all day, the Muleshoe High School speech and debate tournament will be held at 9 o'clock. The cross-country teams of the Mules and Lady Mules will be participating at sundown. Be sure and listen on Friday for an interview with the manager of the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce, Casey Morris, and the president of our Chamber of Commerce, Craig Black, and they will be talking about the Fire and Ice chili and ice cream cook-off to be held here in Muleshoe on October the 22nd at the Bailey County Coliseum between 6 and 9. And you can buy your tickets now and listen to the interview, and they'll tell you all about the upcoming big Fire and Ice occasion for Muleshoe. Also, there will be a cake auction at 7:30 on that Saturday evening, October the 22nd, at the Civic Center. The interview is brought to you on Meet Your Neighbor, courtesy of United Supermarket in Muleshoe. The Muleshoe High School Student Community Action Club held their first meeting of the new school year September the 19th at the Santa Fe Depot in the Muleshoe Heritage Complex. The meeting was called to order by the president, who is Reese Orozco. Gina Wilkerson, the president of the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation, was there to ask for help with the Christmas decorating of the Heritage Center. The decorating will be done on November the 5th. Also, they discuss how to spend the money that they have from last year's Channel 6 auction here. And also, they volunteer Lubbock money. Several ideas were discussed, but no decisions were made except the annual auction on Channel 6 money goes to the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. The members also were encouraged to keep up with their volunteer hours on the computer, and Cody No will be in charge of keeping that data. They had a spring membership drive and now have 7 new members. A t-shirt committee was appointed to discuss and come up with ideas for a new SCAC t-shirt. The meeting was adjourned and members enjoyed sandwiches and chips at the Santa Fe Depot. The next meeting of the Student Community Action Club of Muleshoe High School will be October the 19th, also in the Santa Fe Depot. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
Brand new in at Tattered Tumbleweed from the Filling Smitten Bath Bakery are the Epsom Salt Shakes, perfect for your bath to relax, soothe your muscles, and soften your skin. Available in several different scents. Also, cupcake bath bomb fizzes in vanilla, wedding cake, pink bliss, mimosa, and new popsicle bath pops in lemon meringue, cotton candy, mango, among many other scents. The weather is turning cooler, and Tattered Tumbleweed, 1405 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, has a great selection of cinch vests and jackets available in several different sizes and styles. New Huey rodeo wallets and trifold wallets wallets. And Tattered Tumbleweed has expanded their selection of knives, now carrying Texas Cutlery, Moore Maker, Noble, Smith & Wesson, Boker, Buck, Case, Old Timer, and many others. Caps from Huey, Hurley, Rope Smart, and Cinch now in. Trench-style long raincoats and buckle boots are perfect for this rainy season, now available at Tattered Tumbleweed. See the beautiful new selection of dresses and outfits for your little girls from Magpie and Mabel and Persnickety in lots of different sizes and colorful styles. Looking for the perfect gift-giving idea? Try these gorgeous fleece throws that will warm up any cold night. Available now at Tattered Tumbleweed, 1405 West American Boulevard. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. in Muleshoe, Texas. 2 weeks to go home following a hospital stay. Recover close to home with the Swing Bed program, available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. The Swing Bed program is for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other area hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Call today for more information about the Swing Bed program, 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center, located at 708 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe, Texas. Again, for more information about the Swing Bed program, call 806-272-4524.
Kenneth Henry of Muleshoe returned home from the 2016 South Place Honor Flight for veterans to Washington, D.C. on Monday evening. Also, a former resident of Muleshoe, Sam Dameron, now of Lubbock, was on that same honor flight, along with his grandson who accompanied him, Corley Hutton. Muleshoe Police Officer Ricardo Rubalcaba reminds you that there are scams on the telephone going around, and they say they are IRS agents. And you need to always remember the IRS does not ever call someone about anything and asking for any information on the telephone. If you receive such a scam telephone call, please contact the Muleshoe Police Department, 806-272-4569, and don't ever give out any personal information over the phone to someone who says they're from the IRS. And many other occasions, don't give out personal information on the telephone either. The class of 1961 will have their 55th class reunion starting Friday evening. That is this Friday at 6 o'clock in our backyard at 1011 West 3rd. And then on Saturday at noon, they will go to the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation and have a luncheon. And then to Leal's on Saturday night. It sounds like they're going to eat. If you need further information about the 1961 55th reunion, contact at the Muleshoe State Bank, Margaret Hamilton. The class of 1966 will have their 50th reunion on homecoming weekend here in Muleshoe, starting on October the 7th. Contact Diane Brown for more information at 806-946-8628. And the class of 1986 will have their 30th reunion on October 7th and 8th, homecoming weekend in Muleshoe. Heather Merritt Silva is the person to contact, and her address is 618 East La Poma in Roswell, and the zip is 88201, or call her at 575-973-7631. She is on Facebook, Heather Merritt Silva. That's for the class of 1986 30th reunion. Please remember in your prayers the family of Maria de la Luz Jaso, 76, of Muleshoe, and her daughter Janie Carpenter, who is in University Medical Center being treated for her injuries she received recently in a wreck. And her husband, Joseph Carpenter, is in Trust Point undergoing rehabilitation. Kylie Smith, 11-year-old granddaughter of Marissa Williams Ward of Littlefield, formerly of Sudan, needs to be in our prayers. Last Friday, she was taken to Lubbock for tests. Ronnie Wilkerson is in our prayers, along with Ruby, Cleo, and Cecil Ward. And Ruby Ward is back at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. Jerry Savuto and her husband Bill and their family. Jerry has the last stages of cancer. Barbara Scott, Patricia Smith of Muleshoe, who has stage 4 cancer, and her husband David and their family. Barbara Mae Blackman, Donna Green, Brother Richard Kaufman of Kermit, the father of Brother Jeff Kaufman of Muleshoe, has cancer. Remember his wife Carolyn and all of their family in your prayers too. Jean Richardson, Lavinia and Lloyd Garlington, Doris and R.L. Scott, the families of Francis Miramontes, Frank Parker, Barbara Carpenter of Littlefield, formerly of Stegall, Nelda Merritt, Nelda Laney, Brian Hurtado, and Daniela Anaya.
Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Also find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Shooting firearms on horseback is a growing sport. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 77 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. You can check them out online on their new website, bcecoop.com, 806-272-4504. They're owned by the members that they serve, the board of directors, the members, employees, the manager, CEO David Markle. All hope that you enjoyed the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Sandra Macbeth of Vernon competes in mounted shooting events. She uses two .45 pistols.
You have them holstered. You can have them holstered with you or on the saddle, and you have 5 bullets in each one. We shoot 5 balloons of one color, and then we holstered our gun, and then we pull the other one out and shoot the other 5, which is called a rundown.
The balloons are in traffic cones spread out over a large area.
They can be anywhere from 30 to 36 feet apart, the balloons. They have also rifle and shotgun, and I'm learning shotgun. And you let go of your reins and hope and pray your horse goes straight down the hill, and you shoot 3 cluster of balloons, and then you skip a cone and shoot 2 cluster of balloons.
Competitors get points, and there are age and ability classes for the whole family.
We have a lot of them, husbands and wife and children, that will shoot in it.
Spectators need to be aware of what's going on.
It's loud. Bring your earplugs, and they have earplugs there. It's free. You don't have to pay to come and see it.
Training is important.
It all starts out, your horse has got to get used to it. We trained our horses start out with firecrackers on the ground. Then you put somebody on the horse and somebody else on the ground with firecrackers. And then you gradually get to the louder. And we did 22 blanks. You can buy these blanks online, and you can buy them a fourth of a load, half a load, or full load. We use in competition full load.
About 200 people have entered a mounted shooting event in Vernon scheduled for October 7th.
We will go from there to World, which is in Amarillo, the weekend after that, the 12th.
The sport started nearly 20 years ago, and now there are 3 organizations.
Cowboy Mounted Shooting, Mounting Shooters of America, and then they started up a new and it's Wild Wild West Mounted Shooters.
Sandra says it takes a lot of concentration.
Well, a lot of people thinks, oh, I can ride and I can shoot, but it's not that easy doing it at the same time.
Sandra Macbeth of Vernon. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.